Alrighty folks, welcome to the second video here for section 1.2. Well, sorry, the first video for section 1.2, the second section in chapter 1. We are going to just tackle imperial measurement, I think, really quickly because there really isn't anything new. The whole vernier caliper, the sliding scale and fixed scale we talked about last time, it's the same. Nothing crazy there. On Tuesday, you'll have a chance to actually use them and see what it's like. So the only thing different then is just the different scale factors converting between imperial and different imperial units. Okay, these are all examples of imperial dimensions that we use: the mile, the yard, the foot or the inch. We also talk about pounds and tons as well. And those are all very common that we use even still, even though we're not really an imperial society anymore. We still use a lot of those today. And we don't need to worry about converting between metric and imperial units today, but we will next time. But for today, all we have to be able to do really is go between these different units just within the imperial system. And one word that you may have seen tossed around a couple of times, and I'm not sure if I defined it in the last video or not, is a referent. And a referent is just something that it's like the word reference, right? It's like something you use to help you estimate something. Now, for example, the foot, way back when, the king's foot was used as the referent to define what a foot was. And so everybody said that that's why it's called the foot, because they took the length of a king's foot and said this is 1 foot, and they probably just kind of exaggerated a little bit anyways. But yeah, so this is 1 foot, the length of the king's foot, and they measured everything according to that. You can use whatever referent you want. So for example, if you know that you are 6 feet tall, that means that your arm span is roughly 6 feet. So you can use that as a referent to estimate, say, the width of a room or the length of a car or whatever. And so it's just like a personal comparison that you make, but it can be official as well. Or, for example, if a doorknob, is about 3 feet off the ground, you could measure yourself in doorknobs if you want. How tall am I in doorknobs? How high is the room in doorknobs? And then convert it to an actual measurement later. Kind of weird, I know, but they want you to know that kind of stuff. Don't ask me why. Let's just kind of get to, again, to some unit conversions here then. So with the imperial system, because it's not a base 10 system, the conversion factors are not 1,000 or 100 like it was for the metric system, but it works the same way. So we're going to set this up just like we did the last problem. Start with what you know and go from there. So 0.62 miles, and I don't have a conversion factor directly for miles to feet, but I do know that 1 mile is equal to 1,760 yards, and 1 yard is equal to 3 feet. So I can use 2 different conversion factors that way and figure this out. And again, we just kind of put our units so that they cancel out every time. So miles would cancel out here, and the next one I would put yards on the bottom so it cancels out. So 1 yard is equal to 3 feet. And then the multiplication you do is just 0.62 times 1760 times 3, and that's how you get your answer. And 3,300 feet rounded to the nearest hundreds rather. There you go. Okay. One problem that you may come across occasionally is converting between square units, like the area of a room, let's say, is 400 square feet, which we're quite familiar with, and converting that, say, to square inches. It is not as not as. For example, if I drew a square that was 1 foot by 1 foot, then the area of that square would be 1 square foot, because 1 times 1 is 1. And we know that in inches, that's 12 inches by 12 inches, okay? But the conversion then is not, it's 12 inches squared for every 1 foot squared, because the area in inches squared is 12 times 12, or 144 square inches. So the conversion factor for square feet to square inches is 1 to 144, not 1 to 12, okay? So stuff like that kind of comes up. So this problem here looks more like that, with our conversion factor being the 144, not the 12. And you get your answer, 57,600, okay? Okay, well, I think that's really all we really have to do, because the vernier caliper stuff is all the same. There's nothing really crazy here. Let's just end with an example that I'll get you to do, and you can bring this to me on Tuesday as a homework assignment, and I'll see you then. So try this one. Okay, this is my attempt to draw a football field with the Steelers logo in the middle because I'm a Steelers fan. So if you were a player and you caught a kickoff way back deep in your end zone and ran all the way to the other side and scored a touchdown, which would be awesome, that would be about 360 feet. What I'd like you to do is work out how many miles you just ran. Now, it's very easy for anybody to type into Google 360 feet equals how many miles into a Google thing, and it can tell you the answer. That's fine. What I want to see is not the answer. I want to see how did you get it. So show me the work on how you got 360 feet into miles. And that's the important part you'll be getting marked on for your homework on Tuesday. Have a great long weekend. If this is Tuesday night, or sorry, Monday night, hope you had a great long weekend. See you Tuesday, folks.